Food markets only.
Meet Susie Smart, she is so bright. On her blackboard you can write. She has a desk, she has a seat. What's your name, my dolly sweet?
My name is Susie Smart.
She can talk!
She can talk, but can she add?
2 plus 2 is 4. Cat, C-A-T.
You can spell!
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how
You recite!
Press the button, she says a dozen things, complete with desk, blackboard, and seat. Susie Smart, sold at food markets only.
What's this stuff? Some cereal. It's supposed to be good for you. Did you try it? I'm not going to try it. You try it. I'm not going to try it. Let's get Mikey. Yeah. He won't eat it. He hates everything. He likes it. Hey, Mikey.
All right. I'll swing by for a minute, allow them to envy me, grab a handful of popcorn shrimp, and blow out of there.
Yep, I'll swing by for a minute. That's what he said anyway. Good evening, cats and kittens, pups and pooches. It's Susie Q96 with a little sweep in the dirt. Yeah, I wasn't sure I was going to make it, but I'm here. Those of you who didn't watch Monday night for the coin show, I fell last week and hurt myself. I wasn't even drunk. It's not fair. You should be able to get drunk if you're going to fall down that bad. But I didn't. So, doo-doo occurred, and I haven't been feeling awful, but today my arm, which I busted up pretty good, started really bothering me. And so I had to take some medications. We'll see if I survive. But anyway, we got some interesting things for tonight. I got a couple of old newspaper articles about metal detecting. We got a trivia question. We're going to have a little gift away going along with that. We're going to have a discussion of things that you find that you don't know what they are, and how maybe you can figure out what they are. Let me do a roll call here. Mr. James digging up the dirt with 2 Jameses. That is also known as the Lucky James Eller. The other James is his son, and they have taken up metal detecting together, hence the 2 Jameses. And we got B.H. Ringer in the house. New Marshall is here. Ms. Greenwood has stepped in. I got to do something real quick. I got to go over to my channel and check my watch hours, because there is a person who came to me through Sir Benji's channel named Chris Holmes, who has been hitting all my old videos and making comments and trying to help build up my watch hours. Because Sir Benji pointed out the other night on his show that the only thing keeping me from being a monetized channel where I'd have some money to get better giveaways and stuff is my watch hours, which I lost a bunch of when I could not do shows due to being too sick to do them. I mean, everybody knows I'm sick, but this was the kind of sick. This wasn't the twisted kind of sick. This was just the plain, you is sick. Okay, so I'm going to go over here real quick and see if Chris's efforts have moved my numbers up any. I bet he thought some of them were really funny because they were old, but I had a lot more energy. I went back and watched a couple of my oldies. see. Come on. Where am I hid? They got me hid somewhere. Oh, and the reason that I'm not on camera is I'm kind of bruised up, and it bothers some people when they see that I have these icky looking wounds, and I don't want to do that. So maybe Monday I'll be healed up enough. Y'all know I don't feel good when I tell Sir Benji I'm not gonna go out rummage sailing and thrift storing. You know I'm a sick pup because that's one of my favorite things. Here we go. Let's see. Oh my gosh, how can it be? I've got people watching my stuff, and yet my watch hours are dropping. I had almost 1,400 a few days ago, and now it says I have 1,266, which is not even half of what I need. That stinks. This is why I get so frustrated, because I had them at one point, and then when I got sick, I lost them. But I never did get monetized. I had them, but they hadn't reviewed it yet. And by the time they got around to reviewing it, a bunch of stuff scrolled off. So anyway, I know I don't care about like big sponsors and all that, but it would be nice to have enough money to mail your packages to you. So I am back on the parade of trying to get the channel monetized, because if I don't get monetized, I'm gonna have to shut it down because of what I'm spending out of my social insecurity, and that stinks. So y'all go watch some of my old videos, and I don't know where that particular person is, maybe at work or something right now, but hopefully he will come in and I can thank him for all the funny little comments he's made and stuff. All right, so this is the metal detective show. I haven't been detecting since I went to Detect Michigan, and I worked some more on my video of that today. But when I changed computers, somehow I didn't get everything transferred off the old one to the new one, as far as my video editing software and all my public domain artwork and music and stuff. So I got part of the way into the video and couldn't finish it. So I set the old computer up to try to get my stuff. Good evening, William. And the old computer would not boot. So I'm going to have to back up and reboot me. And try to finish up the Detective Michigan video. So I had hoped to have that tonight, but I don't. I do have some other things, but I want to wait a few minutes to see if I get some more people. But in the interim, I know it is not coin sorting show, but I'm going to do a roll of pennies, and then whoever's here, I'll start from there. But yeah, I'm going to do roll pennies while I chit and chat. Found a picture today, which is the picture that I used as the thumbnail for this video, that shows some items. Hey, Slinky! Happening. Anyway, that picture shows some odd items that I found one day in one of my metal detecting adventures. And there's a couple things in that picture I still don't know what they are. And that's going to be the topic of our discussion tonight is when you find things and you cannot identify what it is. There's a few new things. Well, they're not like super new now, but they're new to a lot of people that can help you get an idea what you have. One of those, and I use this regularly on items that I'm trying to list on eBay, and a little ditty called Google Lens. And basically what Google Lens lets you do is take a picture of something, and then Google will search for that through all of the images all over the internet. And like I had Doctor Who, like I had purchased a whole box of knitting and crochet items, and there were a couple of oddball things in there. I had no idea what they were because I don't knit or crochet. I do embroidery and I sew, but those little tools, I did not know what they were. So I used it for that, and then I found this one little metal thing that I found down in Florida. It looked like, we were joking that it kind of looked like part of a pot pipe, but it actually turned out to be a little valve for some sort of steam engine that we found in an old lot when I was out with Florida Thunder digging with Rob when I was down there back in 2020. Yeah, February, March of 2020. And I remember that because I had to leave early because of COVID. COVID was rampant, and it was spring break week. And I was hoping to stay to the end of the spring break week so I could find all the stuff the drunk kids left. But with my immune system, I had to get the heck out of Dodge. But we had found a couple of things, no idea what they were. So I'm putting that out there as a suggestion, and just curious, have any of you tried identifying things that you found by using Google Lens? And if you have any suggestions of other ways of identifying things that you dig up, please share them with us, because I'm sure every one of us has a box somewhere in our possession, or a zip bag or something, that is just full of these odd items. I know years ago I found a tool, a big tool. It's about 18 inches long, on the beach at Daytona. I dug this thing up, I blew my brains out with the sound of it because I had my headphones on. And we actually used that once I discovered what it was. Then it was used as the star of my comment video for my when I had 666 subscribers. Hey, Choo Choo, I saw you win something I wanted yesterday. Oh, well. I was happy. I'm always happy when I see folks that I know winning prizes on channels. Yeah, I found that just now. Yeah, I'm just playing with the roll of pennies while we chit chat here before I get into the serious meat. But anyway, yeah, if you have some oddball thing that you want to try to identify that you have found while detecting, please send a photo over and we will address the issue and we will try some of the methods. We got a Canadian here. I'm doing coins and digging at the same time. So yeah, if you've got pictures of some strange things you've never been able to identify, feel free to send them over and we'll try some different ways to see if we can figure out what they are. Or if you've got something you dug up that has an unusual marking, especially on jewelry, and you don't know what that mark means, send them over. Make sure you put a description in of what you think it might be or where you found it. I mean, that's another one. A whole nother topic is when you find things that you can't figure out why on earth would that be where you found it. I've got 2 or 3 of those that I have no idea. The very first silver coin I found, I was out in a cotton field and I thought I had a silver ring initially because that was the indicating tone, but it turned out to be a 1954 Canadian dime out in, and it was way deep. So it'd probably been there since 54, but I have no idea why a Canadian dime was out in the middle of a cotton field in south central Georgia. But that's where I found it. I found some real strange things out there. I found a little plastic manatee that had one little loop of metal on the end of it. I mean, like you would tie a string through or maybe a chain or something. But I have found things in the most unusual places. And some of those things, I don't even know what they are. That's what kind of got me off on that is I found a whole box full of things a while back that I have no clue. No clue. Oh, I got a headache, folks. Yeah, I really rang my own bell when I fell down last week. I do have a visiting nurse that is, I can call her anytime if I need them to come. Oh, so close to the wheat field, but not quite there. Yeah, that was the only good thing about falling is I got my nurse back. I was waiting on that. Well, after I fell, then they expedited Okay, I gotta get something here. The D. A 60D. Okay. Hey, Benji! What's happening? Okay, on the 60D, there are a few things you can look for. I know I'm doing coins, but I'm talking, detecting, and looking at coins at the same time. On the 60D, there are some D over Ds, a small date over large date, D over D, large date over small date. Well, I don't think we have a D over anything here. It's a D. But let's see if we can tighten this thing up. I don't see anything double there. Well, Benji, I tried to get myself out of what I have to do tomorrow, but I was unsuccessful. So that means I definitely cannot go sailing tomorrow. Are you doing anything on Friday along that lines? Like thrift stores or whatever? And M3 is mad at me. Oh, I got to tell y'all, M3 is angry with me because he heard, he was watching Sir Benji with me, and he heard Benji talking about how I was going to put together this thing called Tiger's Litter Box over on the Sir Benji channel, which is going to have all kinds of goodies in it that people can win. That little Tiger, the kitty over there, has deposited in the litter box. And I'm helping make the box. Well, M3 was not amused. And he has informed me that I better watch where I put that litter box because he's going to use it before it goes to Tiger. He was not happy. How dare I get that? As far as he's concerned, I'm a traitor. And now I got to come up with something to make for M3. And I got an idea what it's going to be. But yeah, if I don't, he's going to rip my arms off. So I'm going to have to work on that and make sure he does not use Tiger's litter box. Oh, mercy. All right, when I finish this roll, then we'll move on to some more. And William E. said he hasn't found anything interesting yet. I don't know. I think anything I find is interesting with my detector. Most of the time, anyway. I have some pieces of metal. I have no idea. Oh, but I digressed. I got that tool back at Daytona Beach several years ago. And it took a while for me. I kind of recognized what it was. And I finally figured out what it was. And we had a contest that went on for a while before somebody correctly identified it. And it was actually a tool used in laying and removing carpets. And that was why I had seen it before. I had some friends that did carpet work. But I mean, it was just on Daytona Beach, but about a foot down. So I'd been there for a while. And we were guessing maybe when they were revamping hotels or stuff that got flooded during a hurricane, that someone might have lost that tool. No idea for sure, however. But Probably never know how it got there, but I have the tool. Oh my goodness. Team Lynch is in the house. Woohoo. Hi guys. Happy to see everybody tonight. Like I said, I almost didn't do the show because I've not been feeling too sporty today, but I'm glad I did. We're doing a combination here of talking about detecting and sorting pennies at the same time, just because I can. And I wanted to wait until I got a few people in before I started on my show stuff. Yeah, thank you, thank you. So anyway, I'm gonna do a giveaway here in a minute. I got a little, hey Anna, I got a little finds box we're gonna give away for starters. It's not a real big one. It's small enough you can carry it in your finds bag or apron or whichever type thing you carry around to put your secret stash stuff in. Let's see if we got us a wide AM. Nope. Oh, we had some wicked rain go through here this afternoon for about 10 minutes. I don't know where it came from, but there was lightning and boom booms. Two of my least favorite things. After this show, I got to go out on my balcony and make sure that the wind didn't do any serious damages to my potatoes. Yes, I grow potatoes in containers. And my maters and taters and peppers and my little onions that are just starting to get going. Yeah, there's nothing like these few pennies. They're mostly shields. So I'm just going to move on from them. Furry in the house. I miss Tina. How you doing? All right. For my contest, since we made it to 10 people, we're going to have a trivia question. First one I see posting the correct answer is going to win. Let's see if I can show this without showing me, because I did not do anything to make me look presentable to the world. Okay, settings. I have no idea what I'm going to hit here. Ah, there, I got it perfect, except I got the box upside down. Okay, this is a little two-sided finds box. Each side has different size spaces in there for you to put all your little things in, rings and coins and odds and ends, and it has got my little sticker on there. And if you don't like it, you can put your sticker on the other side. You put yours over there. I'm trying so hard to keep this in front of my face. I look bad. But it's got lots of little cubbies in there. Oops. There we go. Lots of little cubbies. Which I can't get and find lined up in front of the thing. Yeah, close enough for government. Anyway, that's what we're going to play for. And I'm just going to ask you a little trivia question. Let's stick something up to that while we while we discussed. Just put George there, keep an eye on things. All right. So I'm gonna. Did I see Leanne? I saw Mike the Greek, but I thought I saw Leanne. Yeah, I did see Leanne. Hi, Leanne. Ooh, we got the Dirty Dozen in here right now. All right, is everybody ready? First person to give me the correct answer to this trivia question as it comes through on my screen, because sometimes lag makes things look different. Anyway, whoever gets the answer to the question is going to win that little find spot. The question is, who got the first patent for a metal detector, and in what year did they sell the first detector to the general public? So it's kind of a two-part question. Hi, Patty. So just who invented it, or who is credited with it in inventing it. I'm trying to type the question in. Okay. Now we're, ooh, somebody's having chicken tenders. Children tenders. Mikey's watching over us. Okay. Okay, so the question is up there. No, it's not Alexander Graham Bell, because the question was, I mistyped it actually. Who got the patent? Alexander Graham Bell never got a patent because he never made one for general public. He played with it, but somebody, Boy George. Oh, that was good, Boy George. Ding, 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 furry plants. Got the first part and the year it was invented. And that was Gerhard Fischer. And they still make Fischer detectors to this day. Gerhard Fischer was working on a navigational system in the early 1920s. Actually, he started on it before that, but he wasn't even trying for this, but he ended up with getting the first patent for a portable metal detector in 1925. And the first ones available to sell to the general public, like you or me or the crazy cat lady down the street, were sold by Fischer in 1931. What am I looking for in Mike the Boy George? Yeah, that was funny. Fischer is still around, as a lot of you know if you watch some of the different channels, and they are owned by First Texas Products, an American company, who also owns Bounty Hunter and Technetics. And so they did mess around with the idea prior to what Gerhard Fisher came up with. Actually, they tried using them to find, tried to use the same principle to find bullets and things like that. Only detector I own is a stud finder, and it always beeps when it's in my pocket. Yes, it found a stud. Well, I took my stud finder down to the lobby of the building here, and there was 10, 15 guys sitting down there in the community room. That sucker did not beep. There was no studs in there. I tell you right now, there was no stud in that room. But if you think it's detecting what you think it's detecting, more power to you, monkey. Yeah. Okay, let me put this thing in an envelope before I forget who got it. A dud finder. There you go. Ooh, Mike's in rare form today, man. He's making all the wise April remarks. What do you think about that, Bubba? What do you think, Em? Yeah, no, M's just sitting here making sure I'm not doing anything for Tiger the Kitty over on that other channel. He's mad about that. That's the one I was talking about, Patty, but that's not what the question was about. I mistyped it and I went back and clarified verbally that what we were looking for was not that type of metal detector. And what I was actually looking for was who got the patent on it. And the patent was not granted until 1925. Yeah, the other part was for the general population. The one they used trying to get the bullet out of Garfield. Was it Garfield? Yeah, Garfield. Was not intended for use by the general public. We were going for the commercial version, not the pre-patented. We were looking for the patent date and who filed the patent. I mistyped it, but then I went back and corrected myself because we were looking for the who patented it. And yeah, Bell did mess around with it, but he couldn't really figure out how to make it work the way they wanted to. And they actually later on, I read the thing about Alexander Graham Bell. They think that it may have actually contributed in Garfield's death because the one that they were messing with was so powerful it moved the bullet. At least that, according to one of the articles I read. Yeah, Fisher received the patent for the first portable electronic metal detector in 1925. In 1931, he marketed it to the general public, and that's where all the rest of us come in. Is he actually started selling them where people like his neighbors and friends could buy one. I got a story I'm going to read you here in a minute after I mark this envelope. Yeah, I didn't do a very good job typing it. I was trying to multitask, and I should never do that because every time I do, I mess something up. All right, let me add here. Yeah, too many of us are history nerds. That's why we metal detect. Because we're trying to save that history, and I think most of us are in agreement. We don't understand why they think leaving relics in the ground is preserving history. I don't know about the rest of you, but I don't see where that's preserving anything by leaving the stuff in the ground. Nobody can see it, so nobody can analyze how it was made or what it was used for. I mean, to me, that is just the stupidest thing. Job security. There you go, Team Lynch. Yeah, I hadn't thought about it that way. I guess that's how they look at it. All right. I found us some old newspaper clippings. Okay, close that window. This one is from 1970, and it's just mostly a picture that I want to share because this picture is from my hometown where I grew up, from their newspaper. This is from the Orlando, Florida Sentinel, and it is from July 30th, 1970, which is about the time I had my first encounter. Whoa, ring number 10 for Patty D. Woohoo! Okay, let me, wrong button. Share screen. Yeah, my dad, either in 1969 or 1970, I've told this story before, traded some work on an outboard motor for a metal detector, which had the Sears brand on it, but it was made by White. Anyway, this picture is from, oops, see if I can get it up here where I can read the text on it. But what we have here is a lovely young lady on the beach. And if you look over to her left and you look at the guy that is crouched down on the beach, here's the lady. I don't have her up high enough to see her bikini, but here's the guy with the metal detector. I was hoping to see what kind of detector it was, but the newsprint's not the best. And the caption on it says, "New sport, metal detecting. Growing beach sport of metal detecting finds fans from Fort Pierce and Indiana at Vero Beach. Girl sunbather, usually eyed on beach, turns to metal detector watching. Detectors say so far they found wedding rings and quarters on the beach." So, Vero Beach is on the east coast of Florida, kind of down where the Treasure Coast is, where they found all the Spanish doubloons and all that good stuff. But, I have one ring from this year because I've only been detecting one time this year, but I did get a ring. So even if it was a planted thing, it was at the seeded hunt. But still, you still had to find it. And it's a pretty cool ring. It's made out of a Mexican coin. And I met the gentleman who made the ring, so that was cool. But anyway, this was 1970. So detecting on the beaches was already a thing in Florida. And I thought that was cool because I was still in high school. This is about the age that I encountered a metal detecting device for the first time. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Get rid of that one. I just found two or three I thought were interesting. Uh, the next one, I kind of wish Robert Ferguson was here because I think he would enjoy this. This is from the Los Angeles Times out in California. Let's see if I can. I'm going to show you the picture first, and then I'll just bring you some of the. You see that pier in the background there, folks? You will see that pier in so many Robert Ferguson videos because this is Huntington Beach in 1991. November of 1991. The caption under the picture, Ralph Crowther and Sandy Crawford sweep the sand near the Huntington Beach Pier. Crawford's most valuable find was a diamond ring valued at $700. Now, bear in mind, this was 1991, so the value of that ring would be considerably higher now. And the article is called The Shore Patrol. And I'm trying to look at this one part where the woman, it says, the thing about Sandy Crawford is she seems normal, housewife, mother of two, sunny personality. So why would she go out to the beach with a metal detector like one of them? Codgers in Sansa slacks, you have to look that up if you're not old enough to know what Sansa slacks were. Hush puppies, nothing better to do. Human anteaters snagging the lost trinkets of beachgoers. Sandy laughed at the picture. She felt the same way when her firefighter husband first got the detecting bug. I was embarrassed to be seen with it, recall Crawford, a grandmother of two from Rossmore. It seems like picking through trash for aluminum cans. Yuck! But then they went on a weekend hunt in a ghost town and she was hooked. Now her parents, brother, and two grown daughters detect too. People have this idea that metal detectors are greedy bums and weirdos, said Crawford. But we're grandmas and grandpas and kids doing this, and it's just a fun hobby for the whole family. And then the article goes on, and this is one of the parts that I like. It says, through 15 California clubs, such as West Coast Prospectors and Treasure Hunters Association of Garden Grove, hundreds of detectivists are seeking to improve their image. They have codes of ethics. They stress returning jewelry like class rings that often carry inscriptions. They've even helped police ferret out drug caches. Crawford was there for a half-ton cocaine search last January by narcotics office in which guns and barrels of drugs were unearthed from a backyard in Paris, California. Number one, we don't go into any private areas without permission, stressed Betty Weeks, president of the Western chapter of National Federation of Metal Detectors and Archaeological Clubs. We do not rob graves, and we do not go into national parks where we're not allowed. You know, so I like the fact that way back in 91, you know, these clubs were out there going, hey, you know, what you think we do, that's not right. And then there's another section of all the trash they pick up, and you know, anybody that's been, you know, that part's true. But I just thought that was so cool that it's a pretty long article. It goes on to another page. It was in the Los Angeles Times, November 1st, 1991. But I thought that was so cool because that's the pier. You see all kinds of channels now on YouTube where they're detecting at this same spot. So I thought that one was really cool. Uh, yeah, that's my problem, Patty, is I was sick for so long, and now I'm not sick, but I don't have a car. And I can't get to the places where I'm allowed to search or that are safe enough for me to search on my own. So, I did go to that big hunt, and the main reason I did that, I wanted to make sure that I could physically handle it. And it was hot. It was 90 degrees out there and some pretty serious humidity. And I did the Friday night short hunt, and I did 2.5 hours of the seated hunt. I would do 30 minutes and take a break and rehydrate and then do another 30 minutes. And I did well, so I'm sure I can do it, but I don't have any way to go get to do it. So, but I'm happy. The very first thing I found when I was back out for the first time was a ring. And not just a ring, but it was a ring made out of a Mexican coin. And I have the guys in the band that I work with, they are all of Mexican descent, and they helped me raise the money to move. So I thought there was a little omen happening there. Okay, I got one more clipping here. Let me go to it. I'm trying to remember why I saved this one. Oh, this one was kind of neat because this one is from Illinois in August 20th, 1975, the Crystal Lake Herald. And it's an article about a metal detectorist who helped a young couple find a lost wedding ring. 1975, not a whole lot of people were into metal detecting yet. And anyway, the young lady went into the lake, and she realized that she still had her rings on. So she got up out of the water to take her engagement ring off, and it fell out of her hand and went to the bottom of the lake in waist high water. And they were crawling all around down there, diving down and stuff. They couldn't find it. I'm going to jump to a paragraph here. It says, a few days later, as her hopes for recovery continued to fade, Jean luckily spied an advertisement for a metal detector at this gentleman's, Mr. Whiting's, Bob Whiting, at his store where he worked, Goldgren's TV and appliance store. And so they went down to find him and see if they could get him to go look for it. In the interim, I don't know if it was her fiance or her husband, had figured that might be the answer, so he had placed an order from a catalog for a detector, but it never came. So finally they find the guy, Bob Whiting, and Mr. Whiting, armed with his new underwater detector, Whiting, the hero of the story, was directed to the site of the mishap and confidently stalked into the water with his underwater eye all charged up and ready to do some heavy humming. I was trying to figure out. Oh, gosh. Hang on, guys. This one I have to take. Oh, I'm going to have to mute you. Sorry about that. I have to take calls from doctors. Okay. So where was I? Yeah, I was hoping in the picture that I'd be able to tell what kind of detector this was that he could take underwater in 1975, but I read the whole article and it did not tell me the answer to the question. So anyway, he goes out there, and I mean, this is a real article, so I'm paraphrasing it. Knowing the recovery of the valuable ring rested solely on his metal detecting ability and intrigued by the challenge, Whiting made another attempt in the early afternoon of August 13th. Initial response again resulted in false alarms, but wondering about 6 feet from the marker that they had put out where they thought it was, his metal detector relayed a strong static signal, which Whiting was sure would be the ring. He came up with a scoop full of silt, and shazam, just like in the fairy tales, Whiting miraculously unearthed the tarnish-free ring. I really wanted to find the ring for the Sables because it was beautiful and something they wouldn't want to lose. After being interested in sport, Whiting bought one and said he read a lot of books. I noticed he has a scoop. So I wish the photos were better so we could, could see, says, in addition to his underwater ecstasy, Whiting often combs parking meter areas, picnic spots, and fairgrounds to find some money to help offset the price of his $100 plus detecting units. Now that was 1975, so. But I read the whole thing, and it did not say what kind of detector he had that was underwater use. Okay, let me see. I wish we'd have some cooler temperatures. It's been pretty toasty here in Michigan, too. We've had some big humidity issues. So anyway, those were some interesting articles that I turned up about mid-70s. I'm trying to find some older ones, like back in, the 1930s when Gerhard Fischer first started selling them to the general population, and maybe find some better pictures. But I like the newspaper articles because one of the things that they point out is, as much as we don't like to admit it, some of the early detectorists created the problems that we have now with being able to get permissions to hunt. Because some of the earlier people, of course, they didn't have pinpointers and all that, and they would dig huge holes and leave them, and they would go places they had no business being, like cemeteries and that sort of thing. And they created the monster that was going on, that's still going on, but we do better. Yeah, ours is a little bit wilder. We get the cross weather of being in the center of things, and we get weather coming off of Lake Michigan, and then we get weather coming off Lake Huron, and we get weather coming off all the different lakes and rivers. Where, I mean, you have that to a degree over by Detroit, but it's different. Yeah, isn't that right? As teenagers on the beach, we used to think all those older men detecting were lonely and had nothing better to do. You don't realize how interesting it is until you get out there and do it. And I was really glad that my father got that detector. We only had it for about a year, and then he traded it off for something else. And I was heartbroken because by then I was hooked. And I found a lot of stuff. I used to go down to the boat ramp with my dad, and he'd go out his boat fishing, and I'd stay up by the boat ramp and hunt all around the dock and the boat ramp and the access road and the little picnic tables and everything. And I found a lot of stuff. I used to have this necklace, and I lost it back in 1976. It was a beautiful locket that I found still on the chain, and it had my birthstone in it. And I lost it when I was moving from South Carolina back to Florida. So disappeared, but I had it for a long time. So it was Stoiling Silva. Okay, what else we got going on here in the jungle? Let me see. Did anybody send me any pictures? Let me go look in the mailing box. See if I got any. Yeah, they want me to fill that out. I get all these papers and stuff I got to send for insurance and storage units. And I got behind when I fell down. No, I don't see any. I don't see any pictures this week. Yeah, I wasn't going to stay on real late tonight. I was so disappointed I didn't get the video done. I'm going to have to find somebody that get on with my brother or something and have him try to help me get my old computer to boot back up, because a lot of my stuff I need for video editing is on there, and I can't get in that computer. I may have a version on my laptop. I haven't tried that yet. So, hey, found it buried. Another country heard from. Okay, let me see. What have I got in the giveaway drawer that pertains to detecting. I don't have a lot of stuff left in the detecting. I mean, the prize drawer. I kind of got gave most everything away. I might have a sticker pack in here. Let me see. I think I got enough in here to make a pack. A packet. Yeah, this is going to have a Suzy Q sticker in it, but this is a special Suzy Q sticker. This is one of the very rare orange and black channel stickers. And here's one from another one of our people that's no longer able to participate in the channel. Dawn, the metal detective. Dawn has been so sick for over a year now. I still have a couple of her stickers left. Let me see here. Alrighty, let me see who all we got. We got a bunch of stickers. Here, this one. Alright, let's see. Let me show you what I'm going to give away, and then we're going to figure out how I'm going to give it away. By the way, at the beginning of next month, we will be having our monthly Patreon drawing. And if you go up to the top of the stream, I think I pinned the link for Patreon. Maybe not. Let's see here. We'll get it done one way or the other. Okay. There we go. Now, yeah, I think I'm going to change next month. I'm going to make a 96-cent level. I haven't decided yet. Pin message. There we go. But in our monthly Patreon sponsored drawings, there's always silver. So you're always going to get more than $2.96 if you win. This time we had a silver round. Hi, Annette. We had a silver round and something else silver. I don't remember. Have to ask Faria or whoever won. I don't remember. I'm getting so feeble in my old age. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Opening things so I can give a prize away. I gotta fire up this Nightbot guy. Alright. Love you. I guess the ways to do. Alright. Yeah, Leanne, if you would, just because I messed up and sent somebody's to the wrong address last month, so I'm trying to make sure I got everybody's in there correctly. So yes, if you would do that. Okay, we're gonna give away some stickers here, and I'll show them to you in a minute. And we're gonna do it through the Nightbot, and there's what you need to type in is hashtag diggers. We all diggers. So while we do that, I'll tell you, I'm gonna try to open a proper camera, one that is not pointed at me. Oh, there's a lovely one. That must be the one I knocked over. Yeah, that's the one I knocked over. That usually is aimed at M3's kitty house. But for now, we're going to use it to show stickers. We have a Florida metal detecting. We have an ultra rare Dawn the metal detector. I got to call her later, too. I haven't talked to her for a while. See how she's doing. We got a park rat Pat. Sorry, the lighting's not very good on this. There, that's a little better. Park rat Pat. We got a metal detecting Brooklyn. We got a Team Black Diamond. And we have an ultra rare Susie Q96 in orange and black instead of my pink and black. This was one I did for Halloween and for the question mark and Mysterious band colors. So, and it's a little bit bigger than my other ones. So I'm going to be giving those away to somebody here in just a second. Wish I had more. If y'all want to send something over for the giveaways, we will make sure you are given credit. And I'm trying to remember. I think it's just May. Singers. I hope that works. Oh, come on. Where's Mark Thomas when I need him? He made most of my commands for me, and now I can't remember what they are. Let's see that. I'm trying to get it to give my email or my post office. There we go. P.O. Box 1117, Grand Blanc, Michigan. They don't pronounce it blanc. They pronounce it blank. 48480. If you send me some stickers, I can I'll send you some back to give away on your channel. Want to send me some coins or something to give away? Please do. I'm struggling a little bit right now, trying to get things built back up. So, all right, Furry, we got you covered. I'm gonna go after I do this drawing anyway. I'm not sure, James. I know that where I got mine done, I got more stickers for my money, But Pat does a really good job. I just don't know what his current pricing is, but you go over to his channel and drop him a message. He may have a link on there, actually. Like I said, I don't know what his current pricing is. Before I get any more done, I always check. I would love to use only the people from the community, but if it's going to cost me $10 or $15 more, I got to go with the best quality for the money. And at the last time I ordered on a special from another company, and they did a super job. So I'm not telling you don't use Pat. I'm just telling you I don't know his prices, his current prices anymore. So anyway, let's see who we got over here. Oops. I only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people showing up. Everybody left me. Guess they didn't need no stickers today. All right, here we go. Get this up here. Somebody's going to win a little sticker pack. Night to ball. All right, oops. Looks like I got 5 and 5. So let's see. Last chance. If you're not on the list, I've got Annette, James, Furry, Leanne, and Patty. If you're not on the list, oh well. Oh. Well, I'm actually thinking about changing my logo, my channel logo, but I'm not sure yet. So let me think on that, James. I appreciate the offer. That's awesome. I just don't know. Like I said, I don't know his prices now. I haven't asked him about them lately. But he does good work, and he does art. Can do artwork too. So, all right, here we go. Scooby Dooby Doo, who's gonna win? I'll hit the button. Whee! Annette has won the sticker pack. Got that rare orange one in there. I only had 10 of those orange ones, by the way, because they were a sample that I had somebody do for me. And I didn't get very many of them done. So. Get envelope. All right. I got work on my eBay store. Oh yeah, I got a bunch of new stuff. I've been posting lots of stuff in the eBay store trying to make money so I can get a car, so I can go metal detecting. So this isn't it. Oh wow, I just looked at my time and it's 7:17 p.m. on 7/17. How about that one? I just happened to glance up and see that. And so anyway, I put some more stuff in there, trying to raise some money. Yeah, he does great work. I haven't ordered any for a while because I've been thinking about doing a different logo. But then I've been kind of thinking I still want to keep the old one because I designed that one. And it's got my metal detector with my little coins around it. But yeah, I'll just have to check with him on that. I don't know anymore. Alrighty. Well, guys, I need some rest. My eye is bothering me. When I fell, I didn't realize I hit my head, but I did. And so I haven't been 100%. I'm still way 1,000% better than I was when I was down in Virginia because I'm getting better medical care here. But yeah, I'm itching to go detecting again. I don't want to break the rules, but there's around the edge of our property is some curbside stuff that is public property. So I may go curb hunting this weekend along that edge of the road out here. I had an idea that I'm going to go, and there's a city bus stop. I want to see if people have dropped things while they were waiting for the bus. And on that note, y'all send me some pictures of some things you can't identify or some things that you found, and we'll use them on next Wednesday's show. So on that note, get out there and sweep some dirt. There's got to be some stuff out there. We just got to get out there and get it. Everybody enjoy their week and don't overheat yourself. Make sure if you do go out that you stay hydrated. Get you some electrolyte drinks or something. That'll hurt you. All right, gang. We shall see you Monday, maybe before. Good night, everyone. Bye.